Welcome to another episode of the Bethesda Brothers Podcast. I am the KingFanMan, joined as always with my partner in crime, Joey Caps Gaming, or as I call him, Brother Joe. How you doing, Brother Joe?
I'm King. I'm wonderful.
I am too.
How are you?
I am too. We got news of the Developer Direct, that is Xbox and Bethesda, coming January the 18th at noon Pacific, and we're going to talk about that today and what we may see from Bethesda. We may sneak a little Obsidian in there too and talk about, a little bit of Obsidian too, but I really want to focus in on Bethesda. I think they've got some surprises for us this year, at least a couple anyway. We know the headliner for them is Indiana Jones. They've been talking about Indiana Jones. They've already previewed it, but the thing I want to lead with is last year they shocked the world. Really, it went viral. They had a shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush, and it was a hit. It was a great hit. Do you think, and I really do you think they're going to have a shadow drop this year? Or are they going to surprise us this year? I mean, it worked so well last year.
Yeah. They could, anything's possible, especially with them, like last year, as you said, Hi-Fi Rush. So I know they announced Indiana Jones, so where we have some Indiana Jones stuff we could look forward to, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
It was announced, I believe, at the end of 2020, I think, was when we first learned about it.
We're going to get, we know we're going to get to see gameplay of it. I can't wait.
Yeah, but King, it's been like almost 4 years since we saw or we heard anything about Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So just imagine, we're talking these shadow drops. Just imagine Indiana Jones being a shadow drop. What? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know. That's a crazy idea.
That bad boy on Game Pass.
That is
bada bing, bada boom. Shadow drop. There you go. Do it up.
I sit here. I had a list of games I thought, This is what could be on the shadow drop, and then you said that one right before the podcast. I was like, "Oh, that blows my mind." Yeah, that.
Yeah, see, it's advertised, so we're like, okay, we're gonna hear something, and see some stuff. Imagine if they just say, "Hey, here it is.
It's available tonight." Yeah,
here it is. We announced it 4 years ago now. At this point, almost. Here it is.
Well, let me give you a couple other things that it could be.
Yeah.
Number one, and I think this is a real possibility. There is an Elder Scrolls mobile game that is out there. It has been in beta for quite a while. Some of you may even be playing it right now. I know some of my subscribers are playing it, actually. And it's kind of like Fallout Shelter, except for it's Elder Scrolls. And, of course, remember, they shadow dropped Fallout Shelter. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So this one would just fit perfectly for a shadow drop, being the Elder Scrolls. I think that would be a perfect one. I think it's pretty much ready. Now, that's not a biggie, but I think that's a very good idea. There's also another looming one out there. We know it's pretty much a reality, even though it's kind of only been in leaks, yet it's pretty much just as much as a leak can be confirmed. There's a new Doom game coming called Doom Year Zero, which I love Doom. I was a Doom fanatic back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't gotten as much into the newer Dooms, but the old Dooms, man, I loved them. They changed gaming back in the day. But anyway, could we hear about it? Could that be a shadow drop? And then there's a couple of others that maybe not as possible. Dishonored 3 is probably being worked on. Ghostwire Tokyo, from the same people that did Hi-Fi Rush. Ghostwire Tokyo 2's being worked on. And then the Oblivion Remaster. It should be ready, Joe. The Oblivion Remaster should be ready. So there's my short list of ones that could be dropped right on top of us.
See, I think we could the Elder Scrolls. The mobile game makes a bunch of sense, makes a ton of sense for sure, absolutely. The remaster, any kind of remake, remaster, whether it's Fallout 3 or Oblivion, I feel like that's going to be advertised as its own game, like its own thing, and it'll have its own campaign because you, the internet would explode. People will go crazy for that. So they're not. I feel like when it comes to marketing and stuff, there's money to be made there on a collector's edition for either one. So I don't think they would shadow drop a remake. If they did shadow drop a remake or a remaster or a next gen upgrade, maybe Fallout 4's next gen upgrade, because we still don't know anything. But that does make more sense for the next gen upgrade to come out around the TV show.
That's what I'm
Absolutely.
thinking too. Yeah.
So Doom, I feel like the same thing. I don't think Doom, Dishonored, no, I don't think so. So it comes down to the mobile game for me, or Indiana Jones as the big like surprise blockbuster. Like, whoa! Are you kidding me? We haven't heard about it for almost 4 years now. All of a sudden, we're gonna see some stuff, see some gameplay on it, and who knows? Maybe that's the shadow drop. I don't think so, but I'm just saying it's possible. It's very
Absolutely.
possible because we know it's real. It does exist, and we know we're seeing some of it.
And
And
and we're already hearing that it is coming out this year. We're getting it this year. So, and normally Bethesda don't tell us all this stuff beforehand. So I mean, it's they love to surprise us. So
yeah,
that would be just here it is. That would be great.
it's
Well,
going to be a big year for them.
there's another looming game out there that we have talked about before, but people keep forgetting about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you've
What is
forgotten
it?
about it. You've
Yeah,
forgotten
what
about
is
it
it?
too. It is the ZeniMax Online Studios brand new IP
Yeah.
with their brand new engine. Now, this is one that has been worked on for several years, and I don't think this would be shadow dropped at all, but
No.
we're getting to the point that it needs to be announced. Could this be a surprise announcement? And we've talked before about what this could be. And I still, man, we could have a whole show on what this could be. It could be a Starfield online. It could be a brand new IP online. I don't know, but
I I think I think it could be Starfield. Get another Starfield game out, right? Get another one out, and then we're working on Elder Scrolls 6. Like BGS is working on Elder Scrolls 6, and we still could push the Starfield IP a little bit.
yeah,
I think it could be Starfield. I
it
really do.
it would be great marketing, wouldn't it?
I don't think this year. I think it could be maybe next year, the year after. But I think it does make a lot of sense. Elder Scrolls Online came out in 2014, right, or 13. That was 2 to 3 years after Skyrim.
But
Think
Joe,
about that.
even if it's coming out next year, it would be a great year to at least announce it and tease it with a
Sure,
with a trailer or
100%.
something this year. Yeah.
I agree.
So y'all just watch for that. I mean, it is in the works. I don't know when
Yeah,
you're going to see it, but uh, that they're going to throw that surprise at us very very soon.
yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I'm with you on the Fallout 3 remaster and especially the Fallout 4 next gen update. Since they've held on it this long, I don't think the Fallout 3 remaster is ready. I don't think it's because they did the Oblivion one first. According to the leaked documents, anyway, that came out in court, they were doing the Oblivion remaster first. And according to the timeline, it looks like it should be about finished. That's why I said we might be hearing from it, shadow drop it, something with the Oblivion one. However, the Fallout 4 one should be done. Why didn't we
I
hear
hope
about
so.
it last year? The best reason could be hold on to it marketing wise for the TV show. That makes absolute sense, especially if you're going to do something, whether it's in game or marketing wise around the TV show, that just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned it before the podcast, they are doing a lot, and they just really shocked us with even Fallout 76. There's a lot coming out this year with Fallout 76, and it's been like a 2 year hiatus of any real content coming out with Fallout 76. So they're really getting behind Fallout now with the upcoming TV show.
Yeah, and also too to go back a little bit to what we were talking about with the ZeniMax Online game. Elder Scrolls Online released on PC April 2014. Skyrim came out November 2011. So Elder Scrolls Online came out not even 3 years after Skyrim.
There you go.
So it's that would be so a Starfield Online is not far fetched whatsoever. And why develop a brand new IP when you could put some tender love and care into one that's already brand new
Yeah.
in Starfield?
Yeah.
It's so new. So it's why make another brand new one, right? Just
Well,
throw that.
and think about it. They have said it's got a new engine. What did Starfield get? It's a new
Yeah,
engine. So I mean, it
yeah,
lines up perfectly. It really
yeah.
does.
Makes sense.
It absolutely makes sense. Does any of those other games that I mentioned, and I know they're not BGS games. We don't tend to get as excited over these, but does any of those other games excite you? The Doom Year Zero, the Dishonored 3, the one I didn't mention, which is we know is in the works, is gosh, I just went blank. It's the other Machine Games game, Wolfenstein 3. There's a
Wow, yeah. See, I would be most excited for Dishonored 3.
oh man, yeah,
A couple years ago is when I played through the franchise. I beat the whole the 3 games, but I beat them in like in about a week or less. I just played the heck out of them, and I loved them. They were so much fun. Dishonored 2 is probably my favorite, but I loved all 3 of them. They were great. Um, and Dishonored 3 would be awesome. I count what's it called, the Death of the Outsider.
yeah.
That I count that as the 3rd game. I mean, it's not called the 3rd game, but a Dishonored 3 would be stupendous.
It's
That'd
a
be
it's a big DLC. Let's
yeah,
be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, that was a lot of content.
Yeah, it
How
was.
many hours? It was a lot of
It
content.
was. It's about a half a game, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dishonored 3 excites me the most. I'm not a big I don't really play Doom. So I wouldn't be, too excited.
What about Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein, that would be fun.
Yep. The only
But
reason I didn't mention Wolfenstein is because Machine Games is the one that's been working on Indiana Jones.
yeah.
So I don't know that they've had enough time to do Wolfenstein 3, even though it's really been hinted a lot lately. But I just don't want to get my hopes up for.
Yeah, I wouldn't. They hammered out a lot of Wolfenstein content though over the years.
Yeah, I love the Wolfenstein series. Absolutely. Speaking of Arcane and Dishonored 3, I have to mention it since you're talking about Arcane. Have you ever played Prey?
No.
Joe, you have to try Prey. My subscribers know I'm always pushing Prey on people.
Yeah, yeah.
Other than BGS games, Prey is one of my very top favorite games of all time. It is
Wow.
so good. If you liked Dishonored, I mean it's a
Yeah.
different type game, but man, Prey is
Yeah.
wow. Oh,
I'll give it a shot.
it's a
I'll give it a
masterpiece.
shot.
It's a masterpiece.
I feel like this year is going to be a huge year for Bethesda. It's going to be a huge year for a lot of companies because next year you have GTA 6 coming.
Yep.
No one's going to want to compete with that. Not even a BGS game. Not even you could come out with Elder Scrolls 6 the day after GTA 6. It won't compete. It just won't. So, you have to so I feel like 2025 for GTA 6, I feel like that might be at least a dry fall, because I assume GTA 5 is coming out November, right? In 25. So it's going to be no one's going to want to compete with that. So my point is, if there's going to be something big and substantial, and let's say it is an Oblivion remake, I feel like it comes this year in the fall. It comes this year. They're not going to go head to head with freaking Rockstar and GTA. They're just not. That's a death wish. I personally think. That.
Okay,
I could be wrong.
My last question then. We get to this developer direct January the 18th. I mean, this is the first of the year thing. They show us Indiana Jones. We don't get anything else. There's no shadow drop. We don't hear about anything else.
Sure.
Does that mean we're not getting anything else the rest of the year?
Absolutely not.
I agree.
With Bethesda, listen, I know Microsoft owns them. I know things might be a little not quite the same, but you still have Todd Howard there. That holds a little bit of weight. You still have Todd Howard there. So it wouldn't shock me if and Starfield, when they announced it way back when, it wasn't ready. That's why they delayed it so much. It wasn't ready. Now everything's a little different, and if a game's ready, it will be ready. So my thing is, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because of how they like to, like you say, surprise us. And if they have something, which I think they could, and just because based off of years past with Fallout 4, 76, even Starfield, because didn't they have a reveal for Starfield in 22 and it was supposed to come out in 22?
Mm-hmm.
Then they delayed it, unfortunately, a full year, basically.
Yep.
But so if we don't hear anything in the upcoming direct, that wouldn't scare me at all. I think still you give them the benefit of the doubt and you wait until June. After June, though, if you don't hear anything, you're done. It's done.
Well,
done.
I'm not even sure about that, Joe, because you've got QuakeCon that comes in August. You've got several opportunities throughout the year, especially now that E3's not there. You've got Game Awards. You've got all kinds of things.
I think you want that half a year to market, though. You want at least that half a year.
Gosh, I don't know with Todd Howard. He says he'd like a week,
No, I know. I just.
And these are not BGS projects we're talking about this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just think personally, it's you want at least 6 months, 5.
Oh, I would agree with that. We need to talk to Todd about that, though. Well, I'm looking forward to January the 18th. I do think they're going to shadow drop something. It may be as little as a mobile game, but I do think they're going to shadow drop something. I know the focus is going to be on Indiana Jones. Maybe that's going to be the shadow drop, Joe. Maybe you called it. That would be great.
Man, I don't know. I went out on a limb a little bit there. I just felt like it would be fun.
That would be fun.
Little prediction.
That would be fun. But hey, this being the first show of the new year, we can talk about 2024 and what we want to see. And there's going to be a lot this year, even if it's not in the show. I really believe that. Yep.
This year, King's gonna be a big year for fans like us, for fans like you who are watching this or listening. It's gonna be a big year. It's gonna be big, especially for BGS, for the Fallout franchise.
I agree. I mean, you've got Shattered Space that's coming with Starfield. They're going to be doing a lot with Starfield this year. Fallout 76 is getting some of the most major content that you've gotten in 2 or 3 years.
You have Atlantic City update 2 coming
Yes.
in March.
Yep.
You have that. Then you have the TV show, the next gen upgrade, then a substantial the
Map.
76
New
content.
map.
You have that, like it's a lot, King. It's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's fun.
That's
Well,
fun.
we have a lot to talk about this year, King. We have a lot to talk about. Let's
We
go.
do. If y'all have not subscribed to Joey Caps Gaming, do it right now. Go down in the description of this video and you will find a link to his channel. Just go click on it and you can hit the subscribe button. While you're doing that, he also has a baseball channel where he talks about those dang Yankees, and you can subscribe to that channel as well. That channel is thriving. It's rhyming and thriving and doing all that. I was going to rhyme, but I couldn't think of anything else.
Okay.
I'm not a rapper, so.
Me.
And if you're not subscribed to me, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe to me as well. I am the KingFanMan. He is, what's your name? Bill McEwen. Bill McEwen? No. Joey Caps Gaming. We will see y'all next time. We are the Bethesda Brothers. Bye, guys.